All right, what do we got going on here? We had some changes to our bog. If you remember from our previous video, we had a filter in there. If you remember, we talked about algae growth inside the tube. We also noticed that there was algae growing inside of the filter. And so I decided to take it out of there. Instead now, there's a sponge filter on the end of a little pump. We have the same hose, but I cleaned it out and ran it inside a piece of black tubing that's rigid. And it goes up along the side and around the back there. It's kind of hard to see because of the plants, and it's coming out right there. So it's just the sponge filter. Didn't need the other filter on there. Found that was just being an algae generator. Put in the purple shield that we had on hydroponics inside. Put it inside the bog in place of the filter. That's doing really well. And if you can see the enormity of these spider plants, in only about a month's time, they just kind of blew up. They're really doing well in there. And on this side, I put a piece of sponge to keep the clay balls from getting into the outlets there. Keeps that from happening because I did have a clay ball get lodged against those, and it started spilling outside the tank a while back. And that is why we have little bubbles of moisture underneath. That's alright, this whole thing's wrapped in plastic. You like this little fish? One of a kind right there. Handcrafted and computer crafted. So we took out the filter, put it straight into it, and it's doing way better. No more algae. The water is the clearest it's ever been. There's a little bit of chunks in there right now because we just fed them. It was their feeding time. It's time for you to eat. Don't talk baby talk to your fish, or else they'll never know how to pronounce their R's correctly. Everything is doing quite well. I'd say that is an improvement on our previous design. Plants are doing better. The fish are doing better. The water is better. Now, as for the changes on our pond bog, it's not exactly how we want it quite yet. A lot of the papyrus grass started just dying and rotting in there. Caused a lot of ammonia buildup to unhealthy levels, possibly lethal. That's probably why we lost one. Lost one goldfish. We simply took out all the papyrus, kept the wire plant, put in a few spider plants, reset up some of the plants in front of the spouts to kind of keep the clay ball from doing the same thing on that, just blocking some of it. A little rock blockade. This seems to be doing a lot better as well. We have a lot of ideas. Right now we're just trying to make it more function over form. Of course, it's going to take a while for some of these spider plants to grow as well as the ones in the other tank. I added some aeration to help with that, but I think pretty sure that it's going to need a redesign for this system. So there's less dead spots within the bog. I have a few ideas on the way. With ideas comes, I don't know. What comes with ideas? Mental collapse? No, that's not it. It's trying to find also the time to make those ideas reality. And that's what we're supposed to be about, right? So I'm going to keep working on it.